looking live at Mike Shepard Senior Field in Newark, New Jersey for the championship of the Essex County Softball Tournament. In the final, we have the #1 Mount St. Dominic Lions taking on the #2 Columbia High School Cougars. And Max, this could not be a better matchup to close out this tournament.
You're right. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful matchup. You've got some of the best teams in the state, much less in Essex County, and they're ready to have an action-packed game here today.
Mount St. Dominic are the queens of this very tournament. 5 out of the last 6 years looking for their second three-peat in a row. The only year they didn't win it, they lost in the final to Cedar Grove. And a lot of that is in part due to their starting pitcher, University of Michigan commit, Ava Kelshaw.
Yeah, and on the bump, she is on the bump for Mount St. Dominic, and on the bump for Columbia is Claire Shoup, who's committed to Boston University.
We might see a little of Allison Kelly, who is a freshman, but has almost as many strikeouts as Shoup. One strikeout as many as 21 in a game. She is the only one that's fully rested. If she goes the full 7 tonight, Shoup will have pitched in 16 consecutive innings. And this is not the end of the season. They still got games to play.
Yeah, and Shoup's sporting a .39 ERA that she improved upon last night as she had a nice 7-inning shutout, and she'll look to do the same today.
About to get underway. For Columbia, this is their first tournament appearance in their school's history. Like I mentioned earlier, Mount St. Dominic looking for their 6th title in the last 7 years and 13th overall, the most out of any team in the history of the Essex County tournament, and it's run since 1978.
What are your keys to the game for Columbia today to, get the upset potentially over Mount St. Dominic?
I think it's don't allow Claire Shoup to throw so many pitches. We saw in the first inning versus Caldwell last night, she didn't look necessarily as comfortable as she would have liked to have looked. I think she's only allowed 10 walks the entire season. One of them occurred in that game to Caldwell. I think for Columbia, it's not just let Shoup cook, it's also get to Kelshaw. We saw the game versus Nutley yesterday. There were moments where Ava Kelshaw was not impossible to beat, was not infallible, was not this monster that just keeps mowing down hitter after hitter. And also, when Columbia faced Mount St. Dominic in their first matchup of the season, they faced each other twice. Kelshaw gave up 4 runs, although none of them were earned. She's not impossible to beat, and Columbia should have at least a chance. Although I will say, watching the two side by side, Kelshaw looks to have a tick on them in terms of velocity.
Yeah, and the keys for Mount St. Dominic are going to be, #1, you said Kelshaw. She can pitch, but she can also hit. She's hitting .396 on the year, and she has 6 home runs. Another one, Cian Fracca. She's hitting a crazy, absurd .568. She's slugging 1.365. Absurd. Never seen that before.
I mean, their hitting is entirely led by both of the Cian Fracca sisters, Abby and Jillian. Just absolutely phenomenal hitting on all fronts. You can hear the energy coming from the Cougar crowd here. Never made it.
This is their first time. Let's hear from the players.
For your Columbia High School Cougars. Number 00, Nora Farron. Number 1, Elise Hermes. Number 3, Emma Werner. Number 6, Allison Kelly. Number 8, Alexa Herman. Number 10, Mayan Blake Madroni. Number 20, Kelsey Kumujan and Kelsey Kay. 21, Ellie Billigan. Number 26, Abby Coulter. And number 42, Jacqueline Corliss. And now here are tonight's starters for Columbia. Number 2, Maya Bernstein. Number 4, Maggie Feeder. Number 5, Lexi Kaplan. Number 7, Olivia Alberg. Number 15, Jamie Taro. Number 17, Allie Tierno. Number 22, Casey McGuire. Number 27, Ava Clevenger. And number 35, Claire Shoup. How about a big round of applause for the Columbia Cougars? And now, the Mount St. Dominic Academy Lions. Number 4, Casey Lopez. Number 7, Natalia Marecki. Number 8, Kayla Hauser. Number 12, Gabby Denninger. Number 13, Lola Gandoli. Number 15, Peyton Cohen. Number 17, Julie Fiorenzo. Number 25, Juliana Aleja. Number 27, Ariana Cruz. And number 33, Macy Dunn. And here are the starters for tonight. Number 1, Jillian Cianfrocca. Number 2, Haley Root. Number 3, Bella Baez. Number 5, Abby Cianfrocca. Number 6, Fran Cotillo. Number 9, Ava Pelshaw. Number 10, Brooke Mundy. Number 11, Avery Bambola. Number 14, Bella Imatelli. And number 29, Kaylin Bartolozzi. The head coaches for tonight. For Columbia, Cliff Smith. Assistant coaches, Jen Alves, Lindsay Klessner, and Nicole Rothenberger. And for Mount St. Dominic, head coach Rob Stern and assistant coach Angelo Del Vecchio. At this time, I ask if you're physically able that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
Here we go. The Cougars are the road team. They were the home team.
You wouldn't know it from the way the way the crowds are.
The disparity of the crowd?
The disparity of the crowds, but they are the road team for today's game.
I think it's probably because like this is a been there, done that kind of situation for Mount St. Dominic.
There's that, and we also have the proximity of Maplewood South Orange compared to Caldwell, so there is a bit of a proximity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I think Columbia's here for the first time, and they're happy to be here. They've won the last 2 years, and so they kind of, like you said, been there, done that.
The batting lineups for both teams. First for the visiting Cougars, leading off number 35, Claire Shoup, hitting second, number 4, Maggie Feeder, hitting third and catching number 27, the MVP of the game versus Caldwell, Eva Clevenger, hitting cleanup number 2, and playing second base, Maya Bernstein. Hitting 5th and playing center field, number 15, Jamie Tarot. Hitting 6th, number 7, and playing third base, Olivia Alberg. Hitting 7th and playing shortstop, number 22, Casey McGuire. Hitting 8th and playing right field, number 5, Lexi Kaplan. And hitting 9th and playing left field, number 17, Ali Tierno. For the Mount St. Dominic Lions, leading off and playing first base, number 1, Jillian Cianfrocca. Hitting second and playing third base, number 5, Abby Cianfrocca. Hitting third and playing shortstop, number 14, Bella Ainatelli. Hitting fourth and playing right field, number 2, Haley Root. Hitting fifth and pitching, number 9, Ava Kelshaw. Hitting sixth and playing left field, number 29, Kaylin Bartolozzi. Hitting 10th and catching, number 10, Brooke Mundy. DHing, number 11, Ava Dambola. And hitting 9th and playing center field, number 6, Francesca Cutillo.
Mount St. Dominic is number 9, Ava Kelshaw.
And as mentioned, here comes
Leading off for Columbia, number 35, Claire Shoup.
arguably the best player on this Columbia team, offensively and pitching-wise.
I wouldn't even say arguably. They is far and away their best player on both sides of the ball.
We're just about set.
A brisk 80 degrees here in Newark, New Jersey, as we set for the Essex County Championship. Kelshaw sets, the first pitch is in for a strike, and we are underway. Like I said, Ava Kelshaw, far and away one of the best pitchers, not just in Essex County, not just in the state, and that's in there for a strike, but in the country. A .27 ERA. That is microscopic beyond belief. 0-2 coming to Shoup. Just outside, 1-2. Kelshaw already made a college commit to the University of Michigan in her junior year.
And, you know, she's facing...
To third, a foul ball.
She's facing Shoup, who is also committed, and she's committed to Boston University.
Great. I mean, of course, I watched the first inning of the Nutley Mount St. Dominic game. The velocity that Kelshaw came out with was incredible.
I think it's a little bit less than it was yesterday.
1-2. Just outside, 2-2.
Shoup thought that one was a strike. Her first step was back to the dugout, but the ump says no, and we'll do it again.
It's always going to be a tight strike zone with all these umps. The 2-2. Just up, 3-2. And already working a nice count is Claire Shoup.
And you can see a little bit of frustration on the mound, throwing the ball into her glove.
3-2. To right field and pop towards the second baseman. She'll make the catch for the first out. And that is how we start this one. Ball initially looked like it was heading towards the right side.
Now,
But a nice snag.
Number 4, Maggie Feeder.
As Maggie Feeder will step in. Only had a walk in her last game. Was a part of that big rally that included that grand slam from the catcher, Eva Clevenger. Looks to do a little bit better here. Did strike out a couple of times. Although against a pitcher of this caliber, I don't know. Squares the bunt and gets a strike in there. That's something we saw a lot of from Columbia in the Caldwell game. A lot of bunting on both sides, but Mount St. Dominic clearly trained for any kind of bunt. The 0-2. Just outside, 1-2. That umpire has a very small strike zone. Feeder, a sophomore. 1-2. Swing and a miss, she got her. Went upstairs and just blew it right past her for Ava Kelshaw. That's her first strikeout. She just eclipsed 200.
Now for Columbia, catcher number 27, Eva Clevenger.
And now here's Eva Clevenger.
Hit the grand slam yesterday that really blew the game open.
Not only that, included a 2-run double to get 6 on the game. As she pops one to first, Cianfrocca will make the catch, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Ava Kelshaw. Halfway through the first, 0-0.
Come on! Oh, what a bad call! You have no business being out there. Terrible!
You know, I'm a person too.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Back here at the bottom of the first inning in the Essex County Championship, taking the mound now, Boston University commit Claire Shoup. And up at the
You
plate,
can hear the crowd loves that.
Leading up the bottom of the first, and I'll take out number 1, Jill Cianfrocca.
here's Jillian Cianfrocca leading the Lions in home runs with 14, is committed to Villanova University to play softball. First pitch coming in from Shoup is just outside for ball 1. Cianfrocca, as well as her sister Abby, who are arguably the two best hitters on the team, contributed to a mercy kill. Back-to-back ringing doubles against Nutley to close it out 10-0 in through just a little under 5 innings. 1-0 from Shoup. Swing and a miss, a nice pitch from Shoup, but you can hear...
That was a nice pitch. That's what she's got to do. Keep it away from the hitters. Don't let them turn and pull anything.
You could just like hear the crowd. Like they're gonna be like that all night. And that's gonna definitely add an element, I think, even if it's at a neutral
The other
site.
thing I noticed from the Cianfrocca sisters is that they have opposite field power.
The 1-1 inside at her shoulder, 2-1.
So that's why it's so hard to pitch against them. Like I said, you want to get it away from the batter so they can't, pull it. But even so, if they have enough power to get over that left field fence, or even over the center field fence, it's going to be hard to pitch them no matter what.
I think Shoup has a higher caliber than Nutley's McKenna DeJaney.
I do agree.
The 2-1. And popped back into the screen, and it's 2-2. And Shoup, who struck out 14 against Caldwell last night, opportunity to get her first batter out tonight. Struck out the side in the first inning last time. Now looking to retire probably their best hitter in Cianfrocca. One, two. Swing and a miss, a good pitch from Shoop. Got her on the outside corner, just got her to chase, and Shoop has a strikeout to open up the first inning.
And, you know, like I said, just keeping it away from the batter. Don't let him turn on it. And that's exactly what she did.
You know what?
Beautiful strikeout to start the day.
I remember the opposite was true in the Nutley game. You wanted to jam the hitters, that way they couldn't drive the ball. Now here's Abby Cianfrocca, who actually had the mercy kill to get that 10th run across against Nutley. First pitch on the way.
It was a double that definitely had home run distance.
It's fouled away. It had such home run distance, Max, that you thought it was gone. It almost hit off the scoreboard.
I did. I didn't realize that there was a fence out there protecting that scoreboard, but it's tall enough that it was.
It didn't matter.
Such a low. No, well, the game ended anyway, but it was such a low liner and hit so hard that it ricocheted off the wall to score Cianfrocca for the winning run.
The 0-1 from Shoop to Cianfrocca. And pitch. Swing and a miss, a good pitch from Shoop, and she's coming out hard in this first inning.
Dare I say, that's almost as hard, if not the speed that we saw from Kelshaw in that first inning.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe it's because I wasn't used to Kelshaw. I hadn't seen her pitch before, but I feel like they're at similar speeds. Of course, you have the adrenaline of a title game. 0-2 to Cianfrocca. Popped foul the other way. That's something they like to do. They like to get into sort of like an emergency hack situation where they just keep working count after count, especially against someone that only has allowed 10 walks this entire season. That's going to be crucial. Call a bit of a pseudo mound visit here.
When the ball is fouled down the line, you have a little opportunity to come together, discuss, just give some words of encouragement to your pitcher, who struck out one of the best hitters in the state to start the game and is now 0-2 on another great play.
The 0-2 just got a piece of it off Clevenger foul, and it will remain 0-2.
I mean, they're late on everything right now. They're not catching up to that fastball.
Yeah, she's been pitching great and potentially checking. Shoop is arguing something with the umpire.
No.
Maybe that she should have went.
No, I think they're just checking on the catcher. The catcher is pointing to her hand, so just making sure she's okay, I think.
And that's crucial because that's
It is,
Eva
because,
Clevenger.
I mean, offensively and defensively, they need her if they want any chance of getting this upset today.
I mean, she had this. You mentioned it earlier on your at-bat. She had 6 RBIs, including that grand slam. 0-2 from Shoop. Low and out of the glove of Clevenger, and it's 1-2. That's the goal, psychological warfare. I talked about it in the 2 games we had last night. Just getting the pitcher angry, forcing her to throw as many pitches as possible to potentially see her come out of this game. The 1-2. Fouled the other way.
That was solid pitch. She's on that now, just a little bit late, but she's on it. And maybe try something different here.
Also, you got to think about the more pitches you throw, the more that the person stays alive. What do you got to do? Eventually, you're just going to run out of where do I need to throw this. The 1-2 to Cianfrocca. Just outside, and it's 2-2.
And that's what you're saying. They're not swinging at the balls, but they're fouling off the strikes, and so it's hard as a pitcher. What do you throw?
What do you throw? Do you throw on the inside? Like, what is the game plan here? The 2-2 to Cianfrocca, who's worked a great at-bat. Swing and a miss, a good pitch from Shoop, stayed on the outside corner, and there are 2 away here in the first inning. Shoop striking out back-to-back batters in the first inning for the 2nd game in a row. That'll bring up Bella Iannatelli.
She's really liking that outside corner against the lefties. I'm wondering if she's going to go outside corner against the righties or try to pop that same side of the plate inside to the righties.
Almost hit exclusively on the outside to the 2 lefties coming up. Now, another one of their best hitters in Bella Iannatelli, and she takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Iannatelli playing primarily short, sporting a paltry, just a horrible clip of 440, just casual 440. 0-1. Swing and a miss, a nice pitch from Shoop. Almost went down the pipe. and it's 0-2 now on Anatelli.
And that's what Shoop's got to do. She's got to have these quick, just getting strikes. I like, she threw it down the middle on the first pitch, but they're not always going to be swinging first pitch. So if you can steal a strike, that's really big against these strong hitters.
The 0-2. Just missed to the ire of the fans here, and it's 1-2, just off the corner. Again, staying on the outside, clearly not mattering depending on the hand.
It was definitely off the corner, but it was nice. It's a great 0-2 pitch, one that's hard to hit, but could get called.
1-2. Swing and a miss, she got her. Claire Shoop strikes out the side in the first inning, and we remain scoreless after one. Mount St. Dominic 0, Columbia 0.
That was a beauty.
Lloyd attacking and throws it down. Touchdown for St. Peter's.
I'm here with Darren Lewis
with Simeon Wilcher.
Here with Precious Achua.
About doing overtime.
So leading off, Maya Bernstein fouls it off, and it's 0-1 for Columbia. Bernstein was a big part of their win yesterday, and she's been a big part of their season, batting .392, and she does have 2 home runs. She hits that one, a bloop over second base, but she'll get there to make the catch, and there's one away.
I think clearly, so far, Ava Kelshaw hasn't been super dominant in the strikeout front. They've been able to make contacts pretty regularly, have the Cougars, but still, Kelshaw coming out very strong, retiring each of the first 4 batters.
Well, the Cougars have also, they've had a swing first idea. They've been swinging, they're not letting balls go past them. They're taking the fastballs and the pitches in the strike zone that they can get and hitting it early in counts. And we'll see if that pays off later.
That's the 3rd pop out in 4 batters.
Pitch to Taro is low for ball 1. So Taro, similarly to Bernstein, is batting in the 300s and is also slugging at a respectable clip. And she's great at getting on base as she fouls that one off.
Yeah, I mean, 5 walks, although she's not, Feeder and Bernstein both have 10. I think her at-bat ended too quickly for me to mention this. Maya Bernstein was a big part of the speed aspect.
That one missed low, and it's 2-1 now.
She had a play versus Caldwell where there was a ground ball to short. I believe that was from Clevenger. I think Bernstein hit second, and she sped off to third base like she's maybe the fastest player on this team.
The 2-1. This is high, and it's 3-1 now. And you don't want to walk somebody to bring up any of these Cougars, really, as they hit well yesterday, and they've hit well all season.
Yeah, Kelshaw only surrendered.
And that's a strike, and it's a full count.
I was going to say, Kelshaw has only surrendered 13 walks the entire season. It's not 10 from Shoop, but still ridiculous.
And you can't be walking batters, giving them free bases. 3-2. Fouled off down the right field line. And we'll do it again. You can't be giving free passes, especially in these pivotal games, because
Their catcher has a very strong arm, solid in warm-ups.
The payoff pitch. In there, strike 3. Got her looking, and she threw that one right down the middle.
Just a great pitch from Kelshaw, just throwing all around and just finally getting a strike right over the heart of the plate. Completely froze her.
Olivia Alberg.
So Alberg steps in. She's going to look to do some damage. She takes one low for ball 1.
And no, Max, that is not Emma Lerner.
I said Olivia Alberg. Foul tip caught by the catcher for strike one.
Having a freshman on your varsity is super rare. I think you got to be some ball player.
Fouled off down the right field line.
Two.
1-2. I mean, and you know, both teams have freshmen. You have, obviously, as you said, Alberg, and then you also have Haley Root from Mount St. Dominic. Pitch. In there, strike three. Got her looking. Some nasty work here in the top half of the inning from Kelshaw. Head to the bottom of the second, still no score.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her, not solo.
You saying I did it?
Yeah,
Come on. What's wrong with you?
So we are back in the bottom of the second inning. No score after a nasty top half of the inning from Ava Kelshaw on the mound. And now coming back out for Columbia is their star pitcher, Claire Shoup.
Great first inning from Shoups. Business as usual. Looked a lot more comfortable than she did in the Caldwell game. She had to throw a lot of pitches to get past that first inning.
And now we're going to see Haley Root come up, who's hitting an absurd .431 as a freshman, which you just don't do.
I mean,
Leading
you
off the
saw
bottom of the second for the Lions, number 2, Haley Root.
you saw Olivia Alberg, and I said having a freshman on a varsity team is rare. She pales in comparison to Root. I mean, this is ridiculous having a freshman hit this well.
All right, Shoup ready, Root ready. The pitch. Inside, ball one.
The fans have definitely come back out here for Mount St. Dominic, even if it's not as large as the section and a half that Columbia's taken up.
Well, I think you also, the dugout is being very loud here for St. Dominic. That's in there for a strike, Dan, it's 1-1. And, you know, anything you can do to distract Shoup, because that's what you're going to have to do. She's such a good pitcher that anything you can do to get under her skin, get her off her rhythm, is going to be really impactful.
Psychological warfare is everything.
The 1-1 to Root is swung on and missed, and now she finds herself in a 1-2 hole.
I don't think that she's been phased so far. I think she's probably going off the backs of this large Columbia crowd.
She definitely is fired up, and I think the fans are fired up too. And now the 1-2. Outside. 2-2.
You could just hear it.
I mean, that was clearly off the plate, but anything you can do to try to give your team some encouragement there is great to hear from the crowd.
These people are way better than us. That's all we'll say.
I mean, that was pretty clearly off the plate. The 2-2. High, and it's 3-2 now. Full count on Root, and you don't want to walk the leadoff hitter ever.
Yeah.
But especially with this St. Dominic team and their skill, you don't want to give free passes.
Also, the ever-elusive Shoup who never walks anybody.
10, I think you said 10 on the season. Here's the 3-2. Grounded foul to the third base, and we'll do that 3-2 again.
And in a kind of a twist of fate, the person on deck is Ava Kelshaw, the pitcher. Surprisingly, not their best hitter, which has been a common theme for almost all of these teams in this tournament.
Sure is. And now Shoop looking for the strikeout. The payoff pitch. Tapped foul again down that third baseline. And it'll stay 3-2.
So Max, do you think they should stay more should they be more cautious? Should they free swing? They've seen that pitch twice in a row.
Well, I don't think she's going to see the same pitch again. I'd be ready for the fastball here from Shoop. On the outside corner, we'll see if she tries to dot it up. The 3-2. And she taps it foul again. So sticking with that same inside pitch, trying to get her to roll over on something or perhaps miss on a swing. But she might have to go back in the strike zone now if she wants to get Root out.
I think Root knows that Shoop's only going to throw strikes because she never walks anybody. I think it's because she's a lot more cautious with the walk approach.
She's not afraid to let them try to hit her, I think is part of it. But now here's the 3-2. Grounded at third, bobbled, and the throw from short will not be nearly in time, and she is a leadoff single.
That should likely be scored an error by Alberg.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance they'll call that an error, but it was hit sharply. Tough play to make, but one that you got if it's hit right at you.
Yeah, I mean, that was scorched. Like,
Now stepping up to the plate for the Lions is the pitcher, Ava Telstra.
I don't think if Alberg was playing maybe a little bit further back, that still would have been a hard ball to field.
So Kelshaw, as you mentioned, hitting .396, is not one of the top 3 hitters in average on this team. But she's still dangerous. Takes that one low for ball 1.
Something I've noticed, they might try to utilize a bit of a strategy here. They're so afraid of surrendering the walk that I feel like you're only going to see strikes on 3-ball counts. The problem is, Shoop is so good at not getting 3-ball counts that it's hard to get those situations.
That one's hit on the ground, but foul to third base side, and it's 1-1. So they're rolling over that pitch. It's not her fastball, but she's getting it in on them, and they're just rolling over, fouling it off, which is great when you need to get strikes, but once it gets to 2 strikes, you've got to have a put-away pitch.
I feel like that, because in the MLB, I think it's 4 mound visits per game. Bernstein's coming in from second base.
Well, those don't count as full mound visits, but I do agree. She's trying to give encouragement to her pitcher. That one misses. It's 2-1.
I mean, anything you can get in this sport. Sometimes you just need a little bit more, especially when you've fallen a bit behind. You just need anything right now if you're Claire Shoop, and you're going to need that support. And Bernstein has been the one that's been sort of elected to take that position.
The 2-1. Foul back, and it's 2-2. That was big to get the count even at 2-2 because if she went down 3-1 after just walking in the leadoff hitter of the inning, things could get bad quickly.
I said that. I mean, she's so elusive of the 3-ball count that it's so rare when she allows them. So if they can get 3-ball counts, they're going to get a lot of strikes, and if they get a lot of strikes, they're going to make contact.
The 2-2. Outside, and it's now full. And so there's the 3-ball count. She just walked only her 11th batter of the season, and she definitely does not want to walk another one.
Correction, Max, that was on an error.
Oh, you are correct. You are correct. She had a very long at bat, 3-2, and this is yet another 3-2 count. Inside, ball 4. And it's first and second with nobody out.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're Claire Shoop. I mean,
so there you go. That's the 11th walk of the season for Shoop.
Jinxed it.
And yeah, as you mentioned, she does not walk a lot of hitters, but there's a big one.
Kaylin Bartolozzi.
So now Bartolozzi at the plate. And I guess you could say she's one of the down hitters on the team. She's still hitting .286.
And she has 5 home runs still, so...
So definitely with this power, you want to be careful, but the first base is kind of in, expecting a bunt, and she was squaring, but takes it low for ball 1.
I mean, with both these pitchers, every run is going to be a premium. I feel like bunting would not be an unwise decision, especially with a third baseman that might be a little bit antsy after that error.
If you're Columbia defense, do you try to get the out at third here, get the lead runner, or do you just get the sure out at first?
Depends on how fast the runner at second is.
She swings on that bunt, and it's 1-1 now. And the runners got to be careful to not get too far off their own bases. so that they do not get out.
I mean,
you saw from center field running in to try to back pick the runner, something you see in Little League, and I haven't seen that one before in the high school level. The 1-1. Right at the third, the shortstop gets the out at third, so the sure out, and that's a big first out for Claire Shoup. That prevents a run from coming in. It means a double play would end the inning. It means a lot of things, and it was huge. Because even if they had gotten an out there on, you know, a fielder's choice, and the runners got to second and third, you have 2 runners in scoring position, which you don't want. But now they have the same situation repeated with an out. And the pitch. Out. That's a strike, and it's 0-1.
She just dotted that corner. That was a great pitch from Shoup.
She did. The catcher Mundy at the plate, hitting .328 on the season, and she does have a home run, so you always have to be wary of that.
If you could have the power to hit a home run, then yeah, you have to be wary of the power.
And that one missed, and it's 1-1.
Just that's something we've seen a lot. The almost not a steal per se, but almost like the running start going into second and third.
They go halfway almost, and to be fair, it's kind of like you can't get a full lead like you do, and that's on the corner. Nice frame by the catcher there for the strike. As I was saying, since you can't lead until the ball crosses the plate, it's kind of just like a secondary lead in baseball. So it's not completely unheard of, but it's still a little different for me.
Do you think Shoup goes back to that outside pitch again?
I do. I don't see why not. If they hit it, it's going to be to the third baseman guarding the line. The pitch is outside. And I think that's the game plan, which is why you have the third baseman guarding the line, obviously in case of a steal. But you also, if it's on the outside corners, she's either going to roll it over softly, or if she hits it hard, it's going to be right at the third baseman. Ideally. Now she's got a 2-2. Cannot afford another walk. And the pitch. Outside, and now it's another 3-2 count. And like you said, Bernstein comes in, just tells her, you've got this. Don't want to walk another batter here.
Yeah, especially someone like Shoup. Again, I mentioned 11 walks. You just cannot surrender a walk here.
A big 3-2 pitch on the way. High, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So the bases are now loaded for Avery Dambola, but first, we're going to get a mound visit.
That's 2 walks in an inning. We rarely see that from Shoup. It's like I said, it's battling. Just keep working, get the at-bats going, and eventually, no matter how good your pitcher is, no matter how low their ERA or how many walks they allow, they're going to crumble.
And pinch running for the catcher on first base is number 33, Macy Dunn, who has 2 stolen bases on the season.
That's not going to...
But with bases loaded, it's not going to make a big impact. But if the ball is hit in play, then her speed could.
I mean...
Now batting, number 11, Avery Dambola.
So Dambola at the plate. She's hitting .421 on the year, including a home run. And she's only had 19 at-bats, but she's looking to make damage in this championship game. The first pitch with bases loaded. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Dambola was the one that was cut down by Sophia Roca and Haley Von Roth in the Nutley game.
She was on a brilliant throw, looking to make up for it perhaps today. And she calls time.
That should be a tell for the Columbia Card to maybe get a little more rowdy.
This is a huge at-bat in this game. You don't want to get down by multiple runs early. And here's the 0-1. Tapped foul behind the catcher, and now it's 0-2. And a strikeout would be massive here for Columbia.
I mean, yeah. Also, this is the first time around the order. Like, a lot of these hitters, even though they've played twice, haven't seen Shoup stuff. There's only so much film can do. They haven't played each other in weeks, and for Shoup, this would be monumental.
And guess who waits on deck? Jill Cianfrocca. So you've got to get this out here one way or another. The 0-2 fouled off. And we'll do it again.
You don't want to get Jillian Cianfrocca up.
You certainly don't. Even with 2 outs, it's not, you don't love to have it, but with 2 outs, there's a little more you can do. So you have to get through the 9-hitter and then do your best through the top. Ready for the 0-2 pitch. Got her. Huge strikeout for Shoop as the Columbia crowd roars.
That was just a low pitch. Too bad to swing, too good to take. What a pitch by Claire Shoop.
Wait.
Oh, no, no, the 9-hitter. It's Frank Castillo. It's not.
I misspoke. We actually have the 9-hitter, Fran Cotillo, coming up. So this is big. If you can get out of this bases loaded jam with the 9-hitter, who's still hitting .468 on the season, but if you can get through it, and then you have next inning the bases empty for the top of the order. So big at bat here. Don't want to let this get out of hand. It's still 0-0. If she can get out of this, it'll still be 0-0. So,
and like I said, you know who's looming on the mound if trouble comes.
Fran Cotillo.
So here's Fran Cotillo stepping in. Third base in, expecting a potential bunt. First base a little bit in, but really the whole infield's in. And she taps it foul. So we may not see a real bunt, but they're definitely going to try to tap it and beat it out. I think that's the game plan right now.
We kind of saw that with Nutley, but only with one fielder, with the third baseman playing almost on the mound. You can see that Bernstein and McGuire almost playing on the mound. It's kind of ridiculous, but I understand the circumstances.
Yeah, well, she hasn't really swung away at all so far in the games we've seen her in. So the pitch, and she taps another one, and it's foul, but now you're down 0-2. So that's the danger of the situation, is when you're not trying to be a full hitter and you're just trying to tap the ball down the line, you put yourself in a hole now, and there's a lot of things she can do to get you out on that strategy, because if she throws one of her off-speed pitches and she's timed up the fastball for one of those hits, it's going to be really hard to do anything with it. So here's the 0-2 from Shoop. And she did not go, and it's 1-2.
Like I said, we're not umpires.
She did not go there, and you're always going to cheer for your team, but I don't think she went there.
No, I'm just saying the vitriol of the crowd.
Well, sure, but they're always going to argue for every call their way, no matter what. But the 1-2 from Shoop. And it's 2-2 as she's trying to get that outside corner, and good to lay off there by the 9-hitter Cotillo.
I mean, I feel like if you throw inside, she's going to make contact, so it's smart to stay on the outside corner, but you just can't throw balls.
Sure, you can't throw another ball here, get it to 3-2. But here's the pitch anyway. Tap just foul, and that got a piece of the catcher. And come to check on her is Shoop. Maybe just give themselves a breather here.
Clevenger's taking a beating. It's already had 2 balls fouled off of her. Just...
She's tough, she's a cougar.
Indeed.
So they'll have a short meeting on the mound as Claire prepares for a 2-2.
What do you think she throws here?
Well, if I were her, I would throw that little off-speed pitch that's gotten them out in front, because she's timed up the fastball, so you got to give her something other than the fastball. And here's the 2-2. Tap to third, foul. It's foul. It's a foul ball. The fans are yelling for interference, but it was a foul ball, so it doesn't matter.
I think if the ball, even if it eventually ended up foul, if that stayed fair for about a second or two, then maybe they would have called interference, but that was basically foul all the way.
It's also a very difficult call because the third baseman was making a play on it, but also the runner did have the right to go home. So it would be very tough to call as an umpire there. It's a foul ball, so it doesn't matter. And now the 2-2 from Shoop, trying to put her away. It's another tapper down the third base line. So she's got that same strategy to just try to poke it down that line, but they're covering that line. And I think even if she gets it fair down there, the third baseman's going to have a good chance to get it and just end the inning.
I think Fran wants this so badly. She's running to first base on every pitch, even if it's a foul ball.
Now here's another 2-2 pitch. A tapper to third, makes the play to home, she's out, and the inning is over.
What a play by Olivia Albert to keep the smart move to go to home.
And that was a really smart play. I don't know if she had a chance at first, but you get the closer out. She was already at the pitcher's mound, and get the easy out, and just a great way to work out a damage by the Cougars.
Lloyd attacking and throws it down. Touchdown for St. Peter's. I'm here with Darren Lewis with Simeon Wilcher. Here with Precious Achua. About doing overtime.
The sauce is here at Mike Shepard Field in Newark.
Columbia comes to bat here.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Kelshaw to Casey McGuire, who made one of the force out at third for the first out in the last inning. 0-1. Swing and a miss, a nice pitch from Kelshaw high, and now it's 0-2, and Kelshaw, despite the noise of the crowd, not looking phased. McGuire hitting .321. Did not have a hit yesterday. Swing and a miss, and Kelshaw retires her on 3 pitches.
Making quick work, and that's the goal. As quick as you can do, as painless as you can do for the pitcher on the mound.
So that'll bring up one of the key factors in their win versus Caldwell, and Lexi Kaplan reached base 3 times, including an error that got her to third base, which led to one of their first runs of the game.
You know, Kaplan here, as you said, had a very big impact yesterday. And so they're playing the infield in as well.
First pitch, a check swing, she went 0-1.
So, I mean, she's trying the same strategy that we just saw St. Dominic try to do and slap that ball. Yesterday, she was bunting.
She's almost on the edge of the box.
Nice pitch. And then she's coming up on it, but these pitches are so fast that it's hard to do that all, time it up right.
Gotta have some discipline. Both those pitches were on almost in the other batter's box.
It's just so hard when you're trying to do one thing, slap the ball.
Swing and a miss,
she did it again.
and Kelshaw has thrown 6 straight strikes to retire McGuire and Kaplan. So now it'll be someone who didn't play in the Caldwell game, and Allie Tierno. Tierno was the original designated fielder in left field, taking the spot of Emma Lerner, who is not in the lineup tonight. First pitch. Looks to square and a strike. You can just see that MSD's infielders are
ready to pounce. They're ready to pounce. So Columbia's going to have to come up with a different strategy.
0-1 to Tierno. Punts it down right to third. And on to first to retire the side. Another 1-2-3 inning from Kelshaw. She goes, the Columbia batters go quietly. We're halfway through the third. It's 0-0.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year. Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
Back here in the bottom of the third of the Essex County Championship for softball, it's Claire Shoup who escaped a massive jam in the top half of the bottom half of the second. Now here to face their best hitter, Jill Cianfrocca, and Shoup has to be counting her lucky stars that she didn't have to face Cianfrocca.
The bottom of the third for Mount St. Dominic. Jill Cianfrocca.
With 14 home runs on the year, you never want to face her, but with nobody on base, it's the best time to face her.
Exactly. Leading all players in the tournament in home runs. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. A nice pitch from Shoup, and it's 0-1.
I think so far she's been trying to hit the ball out of the park, and that's affected her ability to make contact. She struck out in her first at bat, whiffed on the pitches, and she's kind of whiffing again here on the first pitch of this at bat.
The 0-1 coming to Cianfrocca. Upstairs, and it's 1-1.
And I think we see this a lot, trying to do a little bit too much, potentially, and so you just have to, hit the ball where it's pitched, first of all, not always pull the ball. But we saw yesterday she had a nice double off the center field wall, and do something like that. You don't have to pull it over that right field fence.
The 1-1 is fouled back, and it's a 1-2. Shoup with a chance to strike out Cianfrocca for the second time.
Does it seem that she's throwing a little harder to the top of the order and then taking a little bit off of it when
That
she's
would
on the
make
bottom
sense.
of the order?
You got to remember, she's pitched 9 consecutive innings on back-to-back days. I would not be surprised if she's gassing it up to the better hitters. The 1-2 coming from Shoup to Cianfrocca. Just outside, and it's 2-2. He's had a lot of those in early going.
I mean, that one, it was a good pitch on 1-2, but you're not always going to get the call, and you just got to be ready to throw it again and either get her to hit it or hope you get the umpire's call. But you can't always depend on a big strike zone, and you've got to just...
The 2-2. Into the left center gap, that ball is down and up against the wall. Cianfrocca to second. She's going to slide in there with a double. And exactly what they were trying to avoid, but you cannot escape the wrath of Jillian Cianfrocca.
And as I was saying, don't need to pull the ball. She hit that one into the left center gap, opposite field, and she got a nice extra base hit. She's up on second to lead off the inning.
So now Abby Cianfrocca trying to bring in her sister like she did in the Nutley game. Maybe GM should hire you, Max. I mean, she did exactly what you said that she needed to do. First pitch from Shoup. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Really good frame job so far behind the plate for Clevenger. She's, getting that ball over the zone when it appeared like it may have been a little bit outside, and she just pulls it over and gets a call. So nice job so far.
The 0-1 to Cianfrocca. Outside, and it's 1-1. Just keeps pounding the outside, trying to get easy strikes, just trying to make sure that they can't have anything to drive. 1-1 to Cianfrocca. Outside again, tried the outside corner again, and it's 2-1 to Abby.
I like what she's trying to do with that outside corner. Got to get it over a little bit, but I like what she's trying to do. Get it in there, try and get a called strike or get her to swing at it.
Just got to make sure that you can get it in the zone.
Sure, they're not going to help you out here necessarily.
The 2-1. Tried it again and missed, and now it's 3-1. One of the CHS fans stood up. Outraged. I bet you we're going to see a lot of that.
Well, now it's 3-1. You got to be careful. There is a base open at first base. But there's so many dangerous hitters.
To Cianfrocca. It's fouled back, and now it's 3-2. Shoup with a chance to get a king-sized out.
She attacked her there with the fastball, and Cianfrocca seemed to be a little bit not prepared for that, maybe expecting a walk. But she came right at her with that fastball.
They have to realize Shoup is not going to walk anybody. She did surrender 2 free passes in that previous inning, but she is never going to intentionally let someone take a free base. 3-2 from Shoup to Cianfrocca. And the pitch. Down the left field line and out of play, and we'll do it again. I think Shoup's going to probably abandon the outside corner with this count. Try and maybe throw something a little bit over the middle, or maybe try to jam her.
I think she's going to throw her off speed pitch here. She's going to try to get her to swing over it and get her the first out of the inning.
3-2. Check swing. She went around strike 3. Nice pitch from Shoop. Another one that was just right past her, gave her the gas, and is one away in the bottom of the third.
Stepping up on the plate for Mount St. Dominic, Bella Iannatelli.
So now Bella Iannatelli.
And that, as you said, that was a great pitch. Maybe missed a little bit, but close enough that she had to protect and got her to swing over it.
Here's the first pitch. Runner goes. Throw by Clevenger. She is nowhere on the bag, and the runner is safe. So Cianfrocco moves up to third. Nice job to take advantage of a third base side where Alberg wasn't totally covering.
And I think they had her if she was just a little further back, because she got the tag down in time just a little bit. You know, she didn't make the tag.
So now runners at third. Infield will come a little bit in. 1-0.
I think if it's on the infield, they're going home.
To Iannatelli. And pitch. Low. Ball 2.
It's a little interesting to me that she was not squaring there. She was squaring on the first pitch with a runner on third. I almost expect a safety, some sort of a safety squeeze here if she was doing it on the first pitch.
I agree. I mean, second to third is nowhere near as advantageous as third to home on a safety squeeze. The 2-0 is low, ball 3, and now a 3-0 count. You rarely see that from Shoop. So Iannatelli maybe potentially wary of a bunt.
And normally you could say, oh, well, just walk her and get to the next hitter and have some success there, but there's no next hitter with this team. You know, Root waits on deck with that 430 batting average.
3-0, in for a strike, and it's 3-1.
So she got that one in there. So that was a nice job to not lose her. Got a close pitch called for a strike here. Take advantage of that.
Almost a different animal when it gets to 3 balls, completely switching her approach.
I agree. She tries to go inside there and got the call.
Trying not to surrender the first run of the game. The 3-1 to Iannatelli. Swing and a miss. A nice pitch from Shoop. Got her to go a little bit early, and it's 3-2.
She's changing speeds, and because of that, she's having success because they're all ready for the fastball. When she throws that off-speed pitch, they're not prepared.
So now Shoop with a chance to get out of it.
What do you do here?
3-2 to Iannatelli. And the pitch, fouled off. She was through almost the same pitch, but this time she was ready for it. So now we'll do it again. Another lengthy at-bat for Shoop.
After 2 straight off-speed pitches, I would expect the fastball here. I think she's going to try to dot up that corner like she did either inside or outside. She can hit either corner, and she's going to try to get a called strike or see if they'll chase something just outside the zone.
3-2 again. Hit to short. Nice play by McGuire, and Iannatelli is safe. Cianfrocco scores, and it's 1-0 Mount St. Dominic. A hard hit ball off the bat of Bella Iannatelli, and Mount St. Dominic strikes first. It's 1-0 in the third.
Yeah, she tried to pop her with that fastball, but she was ready for it, pulled it. A nice play in short to keep it on the infield, but nothing she could do about that.
I think that if that did get past, Tierno was nowhere close in left field. That might have been squirted into the gap. So now Root, again hitting a ridiculous, still hitting around 430 as a freshman. 0 for 1 today. 0 for 1 with that error on Alberg, which was the first base runner of the game.
And for Columbia, I think you're okay with that. You don't love it, but you're okay because you knew you had to score at least 1 run to win this game. And so if you can limit the damage here, I would call that a success.
Also, you get rid of the titan that is Jillian Cianfrocco.
You never want to face her or really her sister with anyone on base.
1-0 coming to Root. Runner does not go and it's fouled off.
She kind of started and stopped there, and it was fouled off.
I mean, just the hunger that Mount St. Dominic takes as an approach to all of their games it's amazing. Like,
it's great softball. I mean, they play the game in a strategic, smart way, and that has them in the lead.
1-1 to Root. And in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Shoop again gets a 2-strike count. Has a little bit of trouble putting the hitter away.
I would stay with that outside corner right now. She's hitting it, and the ump's calling it, so keep staying on that outside corner. The batters don't seem to want to swing at that pitch, so try to catch them over.
The 1-2. Hit to third. Albert. It's another bobble, and Rube will be safe. The second error by Olivia Albert to the same hitter. How about that?
And you've got to be able to field that at the hot corner. It's called the hot corner for a reason. You've got to be able to field it.
I mean, that's maybe a little bit of jitters with Haley Root at the plate. And now Kelshaw worked a lengthy at bat and drew a walk her first time up.
I think what she was doing at third base is she was trying to throw to second before she even had the ball, and that kind of messed up her rhythm.
First pitch, swing and a miss. A nice pitch from Shoop, and it's 0-1. Also, that ball did take a very mean hop on Alberg.
It sure did, and she did a good job to knock it down. Make sure you keep it first and second. It's still manageable for Columbia.
Also, the bases are a lot closer together. The field's a lot smaller, so getting from base to base is not going to be as difficult. The 0-1, bunt squares, back to Shoop. She'll go to first, and Bernstein covers for the out. So effectively a sacrifice for Kelshaw. Gets the runners over in the second and third, and 2 out now, and the biggest out of the game so far for Caitlin Bartolozzi.
I think that was a smart play by both teams. You get the 2 runners in a scoring position, but Columbia, you don't risk loading the bases with only 1 out. You get the sure out. Now you only need 1 more to get out of this inning.
Bartolozzi 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice. First pitch is just low for ball 1. And obviously there's no camera in the booth or by the fans for that matter, but every time there's a close call or a just missed call, someone gets up and reacts.
You can tell how much this game means to really both teams.
1-0 is in for a strike, and it's 1-1. Again, I mentioned it earlier. Just both of these teams, it's one side's done this a million times, looking for their record 13th title, and this is the first time Columbia has been in this position. This isn't the end of the world. They still have the state tournaments in about a week. The 1-1 is in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Nice pitch from the top from Shoop.
Got that top half of the zone, and now there's a lot of ways you can go about this at bat. You don't want to get it to another 3-2 count, so you kind of want to go in the strike zone here. You don't want to give them free balls, but we'll see what she does.
Shoop trying to get out of the jam. The 1-2 to Bartolozzi. To left field, right there is Tierno. Makes the catch to retire the side. So a relatively clean third inning, does surrender a run. It's Lions 1, Cougar 0 at the end of 3.
Lloyd attacking and throws it down. Touchdown for St. Peter's. I'm here with Darren Lewis with Simeon Wilcher. Here where presses are chewing.
About doing overtime.
Leading off the top of the fourth for the Cougars, pitcher Claire Shoop.
And we are back here in a 1-0 game. It's the top of the fourth, and Claire Shoop up to bat. And she hits one solidly up the middle for a base hit. It'll go into deep left-right center field, but Shoup will settle for a leadoff single.
And that's the beast that's been waiting to be unleashed. That is Claire Shoup. Did not have a hit in the semifinal game versus Caldwell, making her presence felt with that one.
And she hit that ball hard. It went almost to the wall on the ground, so she hit that one really hard. And now Feeder at the plate.
Next up for Columbia, Maggie Feeder.
Pinch runner into the game for Columbia. That'll be Alexa Herman, who has 5 steals on the year. So we'll see if they try to take a base here, get in scoring position. Here's the pitch to Feeder. Squares to bunt, but held it back, and it's ball 1.
Interesting play by Herman not to be running on that. I'd expect.
I think she wants to feel out the defense. I think she can go here, and she'll have that base easily. But the bunt by Feeder, and it's 1-1.
Almost popped it back into the screen.
I think they've seen kind of Feeder she struck out a few times over the past couple games, and so because of that, I think they're a little wary of making sure she gets that bunt down to get Alexa to second base and not risk getting thrown out. And now here's the 1-1. A beautiful bunt gets the runner over. The throw to first is in time, but she does her job. Throw back to second, but she's on there safely. So 1 out, but also the runner in scoring position now for Ava Clevenger, who had a grand slam yesterday.
Yeah, and not only that, she had a 2-run double. If there's anyone I want in this spot, it's by far their hottest hitter. And a fast runner in Herman on second base.
Likely a hit to the outfield will tie the game. We'll see what Clevenger can do here. Hitting .450 on the year. And they intentionally walk Clevenger to get to the 4-hitter, Maya Bernstein.
You could just hear it.
And they are not happy about that. And now a pinch runner, Elise Hermes, coming into the game for Columbia to run. So you've got speed on the base paths. And you've got Bernstein hitting .392. She has 2 home runs on the year. She's looking here to get the ball into the outfield and give Columbia now, with 2 runners on, it could be big. That's a foul ball to start the at-bat.
And not only that, you have Hermes and Herman, as well as Bernstein, who are both extremely fast. A hit to the outfield might be more than just a single, and maybe more than just 1 run.
And now the pitch to Bernstein is fouled off, and it's now 0-2, and she's going to have to protect the plate here so that she doesn't strike out. There's 1 out. Move the runners over at the very least. It has got to be her strategy. Here comes the 0-2. Outside, ball 1.
We saw that a lot with Kelshaw in the Nutley game. Just kind of feeling out the hitter once they get to 2 strikes, see if the hitter's chasing. And she typically doesn't do that high fastball.
So now the 1-2. Tap to the pitcher. Throw to third, gets the out there. So they replace each other on the bases, as there's now 2 away, and it will remain first and second. And now Jamie Tarot, the center fielder, at the plate.
That's not necessarily a net loss. I understand there's 2 outs now, and you will likely need some sort of hit to tie this ball game up, but you still got the speed.
Sure, and I think it would have been a lot better if it had just squeaked past the mound, but still, you didn't get a double play. You stayed in the inning, and you've still got a runner in scoring position, a fast runner in scoring position, really 2 fast runners on the bases. And that one's in there for a strike, and it's 0-2 now, quickly on Tara. And she's got to put this ball in play.
Can't just let Kelshaw beat her. Can't just let Kelshaw beat you. I mean, she's just pounding in strikes.
Foul tip to stay alive. And that was big.
She barely got that one. Wow. It wasn't just that she made contact. That ball almost went into the glove of the catcher and almost resulted in a K on a foul tip.
Now the 0-2. In there, strike 3 to retire the side. So good pitching by Kelshaw to get out of the jam as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still 1-0 Mount St. Dominic.
attacking and throws it down. Touchdown for St. Peter's.
I'm here with Darren Lewis
with Simeon Wilcher.
Here with Precious Achua.
About doing overtime.
So we are back here in Newark, New Jersey. We are in the bottom of the fourth. It's already a 1-0 lead for Mount St. Dominic, and they're looking to take a larger lead with Brooke Mundy leading
Leading
off.
at the bottom of the fourth for Mount St. Dominic is the pitcher, Brooke Mundy.
So Mundy looking to add on to the lead for for Mount St. Dominic here. It's only 1-0, still both teams in the game. And Claire Shoup back out of the mound. And the first pitch of the inning. Popped her inside, ball 1.
For Shoup, this has just got to be a reset inning.
It's got to be a shutdown inning. You got to shut them down. You don't have the top, you've got the bottom of the order. Ideally 1, 2, 3. And get out of here without any more damage. Here's the pitch. Missed high, and it's 2-0. And that's exactly what you don't want to do for Columbia, is fall behind on counts, have long counts, and walk batters.
I mean, she had the bases loaded in the second, allowed a run in the third. You just can't allow free passes.
And the 2-0 is in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's now 2-1.
I think that's been Mount St. Dominic's strategy against Shoup.
Take the first couple pitches.
Let Shoup come to them. Let her throw strikes to them. That way they can set up opportunities, because she never walks anybody.
And the 2-1. Hit hard, but at second. Bernstein makes the play, and that's the first out of the inning.
That's something she needs to do a lot more, I think. For
letting them put the ball in play, is that what you think?
Yeah, I think she's mows down hitter after hitter, but sometimes putting the ball in play is not necessarily a bad thing. You've got to have trust in your defense. I know they made 2 errors already, but sometimes you just need to put your faith in your defense. And clearly, a great play by Bernstein to get the first out.
Now Dambola, if you get her out, you've got Cotillo up next, who hasn't looked to hit much so far today, as she takes the strike.
And this is gotta be wary again of who's coming up next. If this is a 1-2-3 inning with Shoup pitched in the first,
huge,
then Jillian Cianfrocca is the 4th batter due up in this inning. You can't face her, especially after she already hit a double off of you.
Ooh, fouls that one off, and it's 0-2. So getting ahead of the 8-hitter, and then she'll face the 9-hitter if she can retire Dambola, and that's exactly what you have to do. It's her recipe for success.
Just take care of the people that are lowest. I would say worst hitters, but
there's no worst hitters on the team.
There is no worst hitters.
There's such a good team, top to bottom. But here's the 0-2. Foul tip, not controlled by the catcher, so we'll do it again.
It's like what we saw in the last inning, just barely getting a piece of it, and overall keeping what has been, I think, a frustrating is the word to use, outing for Shoup so far.
I would agree. I think it's frustrated her a little bit. She's maintained her composure on the mound, but sometimes it does get in your head when you have to throw a lot and you're kind of out there isolated on the mound. But she's ahead 0-2, trying to retire the 8-hitter, Dambola. And here's the pitch. To first, nice play, and that's that's the second out of the inning. She snagged that one before it hit the base, because otherwise that would have been trouble down the first base line. Instead, that's the second out of the inning, and a huge second out, as now the 9-hitter Fran Cotillo steps up to the plate.
That was a great play by
Fran Cotillo.
That was a great play by Feeder. Also to put her knee on the base instead of tagging it or just stepping on it, just having the wherewithal to not do anything too rash.
Infield in here, almost equal with the pitcher's mound. In fact, third base is, and she steps up and takes a strike. So she has the same strategy every time she's up at the plate. She's just trying to get up in the box and try to hit it on the infield and beat it out.
You see Feeder playing way back.
Well, I think because if the bunt goes to the right side, the second baseman or pitcher will get it. Somebody's got to cover first. And that one's missed somewhere.
I think the umpire was...
And it's 1-1.
That's the thing we see a lot with umpires. He was deked by the bunt attempt.
It's definitely distracting when you have somebody, moving around. It's hard to see where it is in comparison to the person you're supposed to be calling it their zone. So it's very difficult when they're moving in the box. Pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. And Shoop is one strike away from getting out of this with no additional damage.
I mean, that was just a clean, nice pitch by Claire Shoop. Also, seems like Cotillo has abandoned the bunt.
I mean, she's not catching up to these. I would just throw a fastball and just challenge her because she's not catching up right now. And that's what she does, and she chops it foul, and it'll stay 1-2.
You saw it in that second inning where she was the last line of defense for a big inning. She wants this so badly. She keeps sprinting to the bases. Her job is to run to first base. And that is an art form that has been lost in baseball, the guy who can steal first base, like the Tim LeCastro type, but not dead in the sport of softball.
Especially with the shorter bases. Here's the 1-2 from Shoop. Tap to third, over the third baseman down the line. That's a fair ball. And a single for Cotillo to bring up the ever dangerous hitter, Jill Cianfrocca. And that is exactly what St. Dominic wanted to do, but not what Columbia wanted. And now they have to face the top of the order with a runner on.
Do you think that
St. Dominic is number 1, Jill Cianfrocca.
Do you think they're targeting Alberg a little bit because she's been shaky and has 2 errors on this game? Is that why
I think she, the whole time we've seen her yesterday and today, has been just trying to hit the ball to third base in general. But I think it adds to the fact that she has made 2 errors. And you're just trying to get the ball to that side because even if they field it cleanly, you could still be safe at first. Cianfrocca hits it down the left side. It is out of play, foul for strike 1. So ready for that first pitch, and she hit that one solidly, but foul.
That you rarely see that out of Cianfrocca. She either doesn't make contact, or when she does make contact, you have to pay. Great job by Shoop to induce relatively weak contact.
Now the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off, and it's 0-2. And now, so she did not throw the fastball there. She got her with the off speed, and she was way ahead of it. Just got a piece. And now with 2 strikes, there's a lot Shoop can do. Even if she goes a bit outside the zone, try to get her to chase on 0-2.
I think you've probably got to end up in the left batter's box. Don't give her anything to hit, and just test the waters, which is something Killshaw has done for Mount St. Dominic on 2 strike counts.
And the 0-2 pitch. Line but caught by Bernstein for the 3rd out of the inning. So she works around the single to third base and retires the side as we head to the top of the 5th inning.
To play, your score, Mount St. Dominic 1, Columbia fifth for
Back
Columbia.
here at the top of the fifth of the Essex County Championship for softball. Leading off the third baseman, Olivia Alberg, trying to shake Ava Kelshaw, who's been fabulous through four. First pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1.
And the infield in yet again, expecting a bunt. But I think Alberg's going to want to swing away here, try to make up for her 2 errors so far.
She can drive one. The 0-1 is just up, and it's 1-1.
And this is one that we can't follow.
Surprise Alberg, the only one with the going with the sleeves out. The 1-1, swing and a miss, pitch way up. I would expect Kelshaw to maybe try that again.
Definitely, you want to exploit your opponent's weaknesses, and she's definitely trying to, overcompensate possibly.
1-2, in there, strike three called. What a pitch from Ava Kelshaw. So one batter down.
It just seems like some of these hitters haven't been ready in the box. It seemed like she was just not ready for that pitch. I mean, she popped it on the outside corner and she had no answer.
So now McGuire, 0 for 1 tonight, does still sport a 321 average. First pitch is a swing and a miss from Kelshaw, who's looked sharper and sharper as this game has continued. I mean, when you have a .27 ERA, there's a swing and a miss there. You have to be perfect. Every moment you have to be perfect, and she's fit the billing perfectly, only surrendering one hit through the first 4 1/3.
And
the 0-2, swing and a miss. She got her. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kelshaw, and she is starting to fan down hitters as she gets into a groove.
Well, and what Columbia has to do is put the ball in play, because they haven't done a great job of doing that. In their inning where they have found some success, they did put the ball in play. But they had to make the defense make errors. And the last time they faced them, it was 6-4 in favor of Mount St. Dominic.
First pitch to Lexi Kaplan is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Kelshaw looking to strike out the side for the second time in this game.
But so, all 4 runs last time they faced her.
Bunt is down and foul.
Were not earned. They were unearned runs. So what they have to do is make the defense make mistakes to score here.
I never realized the role of the run to first base, especially Kaplan is that for Columbia. And here's the 0-2. Poked foul. The person that's, I'm gonna call him like the sword of the team. The player that always is there to just be annoying. Work as many counts as possible, bunt, just get in the heads and piss off the opposing pitcher. 0-2 from Kelshaw to Kaplan. Swing and a miss, she got her. Ava Kelshaw strikes out the side in the 5th inning. She's looked unstoppable. 1-0 Dominic after halfway through 5. Back here at the bottom of the 5th of the Essex County Softball Championship, it's Mount St. Dominic 1, Columbia High School 0. Up now for the Lions is Abby Cianfrocca.
Number 5, Abby Gianfranco.
And for the Cougars, a great job to contain Jillian in that last inning. First pitch on the way from Shoop to Cianfrocca. Outside, ball 1.
I think if you're Columbia, you have to be happy so far how you've played in this game. The expectations always coming in were that Mount St. Dominic would win, but Columbia's fighting them close. It's only a one-run game, and if they can get through this cleanly, they have the top of the order coming up next.
The 1-0 to Cianfrocca is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. That's a great point, Max, and I think Mount St. Dominic's 3 games that they played in this tournament, it was 17-0, 6-0, and 9-0. Holding them to 1 is just a great effort by Claire Shoop. 1-1 is on the outside corner for a strike, and now it's 1-2.
The great thing about that pitch on the outside corner is that she just popped her inside, and she actually moved back a little bit in the box to give that inside corner to, have more room to swing. And then she goes to the outside corner where she can't reach it because she moved further back in the box.
Shoop looking for the K. 1-2 to Cianfrocca. Outside, it's 2-2. Yeah, so just to use a bit of an analogy here. In 1995, when Mike Tyson fought Peter McNeely, there was a moment where he just looked dead into his soul, and bam, the second you look down, the second you lose that battle of fierceness, it's over. Like, inside, it's over. The 2-2. In there, strike 3 called. What a pitch from Shoop, getting back door in for the K, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th.
And like you said, she was not afraid that she won the out fierceness battle there. She popped her inside again, and she was not comfortable getting that at bat.
Now here's Bella Iannatelli. Has the only run batted in on an RBI single in the 3rd. First pitch. In there for a strike. You can hear the hecklers. One of them said she's scared. Man, I don't know if we're watching the same game, but man, she's not scared. I don't get that. Oh, 1. In for a strike, and it's 0-2.
That certainly doesn't look scared. She went right down the middle there.
I mean, yeah. Neither of these pitchers have looked scared. You kidding me? So now, chance to retire the person that has the only run on her. 0-2 to Iannatelli. Wind up and the pitch. Slow roller to short. McGuire will have to fire. Not in time. It's a single for Iannatelli, her 2nd on the game. Just, you can't do anything about that. Just a slow roller and a good placement on the ball for Bella Iannatelli.
I think their only chance to get an out there was if Shoop could get off that mound and somehow make the backhand play. It was just hit too far to the left, so she couldn't get over there. And once it gets to the shortstop, nobody was getting that out.
So here's Root, who might be over 2, but has reached both times on errors by Olivia Alberg. Runner on first, Iannatelli. The first pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1.
So she's attacking these batters now. She's not giving them any chance to get ahead in the count. She's not throwing early balls. So she's looking a little bit better than she did earlier in the game.
I think we saw that in the game versus Caldwell, and we saw it here. She was feeling out the hitters. Now she knows who they are, and now she knows how to attack her. 0-1 to Root is outside, ball 1. I feel like you gotta just not let her put the ball in play, because she's reached twice. She's had hard contact both times. Just hasn't had reliable defense at 3rd by Olberg. 1-1 to Root. Wind up and the pitch. And low, ball 2. Fans wanted that one.
They want everything.
Gotta have support of everybody, both in the stands and on the field, as we saw there with Bernstein comforting Shoop.
And now this is where you don't want to let it get away. Get a strike in there, even up the count at the very least.
The 2-1. In there for a strike, and it's 2-2.
And that's what she did. She popped it. She got the cold strike. Now it's even. And she's feeling a lot more comfortable out there, knowing she just needs one more strike to send this batter back to the dugout.
So now, Shoop with a chance to defend her 2nd batter of the inning. Chance to get 2 out and a runner on. The 2-2 from Shoop to Root. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, she got her. Nice pitch from Claire Shoop. Not throwing necessarily as hard as Kelshaw, but still getting the outs. 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. And now stepping up is
Ava Kelshaw.
Ava Kelshaw.
Ava Kelshaw.
Does not have a hit. 0 for 2. Iannatelli on first, 2 away. First pitch to Kelshaw. Swing and a miss. And she has very much like a pitcher's stance, don't you think? Like,
I do.
Obviously, with the universal DH implemented in 2022, we haven't seen a whole lot of pitchers who not only are hitting pitchers with a very generic stance. 0-1. Line to second. Bernstein with a nice play. Fires to first in time, and that'll retire the side. So only the singles Iannatelli. It's still 1-0 after 5.
So we are back here in the top of the 6th inning, and this is a big inning for the Cougars. They have 9, 1, and 2 due up, starting with Ali Tierno. And they need to get something going because this is their best chance to tie up this game that is currently 1-0 Mount St. Dominic.
I entirely agree. You're not going to get that good of a roll of the order like 9, 1, and 2 is, even with Ava Kelshaw striking out the side in the previous inning.
And out Tierno. Face Kelshaw, the bunt. It's popped up and foul behind home plate. And it's 0-1. So you don't want to pop out the bunt. You want to at least make the defense make a play on the ground, throw it to first.
You were entirely right, Max. We were talking in between innings. She entirely expects to bunt.
And the pitch. And she pulls back the bunt, but it's a called strike. And now 0-2.
How good do you think Kelshaw feels just in the zone right now?
Yeah, well, you get ahead 0-2. Will she be bunting again here? I don't know. No, she steps up and swings and misses, and that's the first out. A huge first out, as now coming to the plate is Claire Shoop.
I mean, once her intention to bunt went out the window, there was nothing that she could really do there.
She hit the ball harder last time up, and I don't know how Kelshaw feels against Shoop. She gets that one in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. That was not a fastball, but that was certainly a good pitch.
She's going to pitch her a lot differently. Only batter to get a hit off.
Outside, and it's 1-1.
I think she's going to pitch her a lot differently than everybody else, because I think there's a level of respect there between Kelshaw and Shoop, both opposing pitchers as well.
Now the 1-1 to Shoop. Outside, 2-1. And obviously you're aware of her, but you also don't want to walk her. So, you think she's going to come in the zone here? Or she's going to pitch
She
her
might walk her, honestly.
Carefully. 2-1, she gets it in there, and now it's 2-2.
Yeah.
So she's throwing that nasty pitch. And it's getting in there for a called strike, and now Shoop's got to protect.
That
On
was
2-2.
beautiful.
Here we go, the 2-2 to shoot. She gets it into center field for a base hit. Beautiful hitting, just hitting that ball where it was pitched, waiting on that breaker, and she lines it into center field. And that's gonna, let's see if that can get it started here for Columbia. Pinch running again today is Alexa Herman, who we mentioned earlier has 5 steals on the year. We'll see if they try to utilize her speed with Peter at the dish.
I mean, you could just see the emotion coming out for Shoop. She almost got fooled by that almost change-up-like pitch a third time, and just to dump it into center, that's a great effort by Shoop.
Herman not going. Feeder takes a strike. Was not squaring to bunt on that one.
If you're CHS, if you're Cliff Smith, how desperate do you want to play? Do you want to send Herman here?
I wouldn't call sending Herman desperate here. I would call it smart softball, because despite how strong the arm behind the plate is, if she can get a good enough jump, you know, once the ball crosses the plate and just go, she already has 5 on the year. I would send her. That takes that one. 3 strikes, and now there's 2 outs. And coming to the plate, we may see another intentional walk here like we saw earlier with Clevenger, but do they want to put the runner in scoring position? They're not going to walk her. They're going to pitch to her this time. And here's the pitch. Takes one for a strike, and it's 0-1. So the danger of pitching to her is she can hit one out of the park and flip the script on this game, but you also don't want to put a runner in scoring position. She hits it solidly into left field for a base hit. And here we go. Columbia's got something cooking. It's first and second with 2 outs. Bernstein at the plate.
I would call a mound visit here. I mean, Kelshaw has allowed only 1 hit in her previous 5 and change, and now in the 6th out has allowed 2. Even with 2 outs, I would see how she's doing, especially with a dangerous hitter in Bernstein.
2 straight singles to the outfield. Another one could potentially tie up this game with Herman on second. And she just doesn't want to strike out here. That's what you want to avoid. Put the ball in play. She fouls it off, nearly hit her hands.
Coming into the game as a pinch runner for Clevenger is number 1, Elise Hermes.
So speed on the base paths again, and that one looked like it hurt on that swing and nearly hit her hands on the swing.
That's got to be the worst. I know it's warm and it's not cold, but fouling one off the hands is one of the worst feelings in the world for any baseball or softball player.
And she fouls another one, this time off her leg, and it's 0-2 quickly. So she's making contact, but she's going to have to hit the ball more solidly than that to get that runner in.
She's almost throwing it at her body almost, and she's swinging over it.
She's definitely protecting that inside pitch. The 0-2. No, ball 1, and Bernstein stays alive. That one just missed. The catcher was getting fired up, running off the field, but the ump said no, and it'll be 1-2.
Everyone collectively thought that was strike 3. Second life for Bernstein here.
And the 1-2. Grounded, fielded, and the toss to third in time for the 3rd out. So she put the ball in play, but couldn't get it through the hole. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It is Mount St. Dominic 1, Columbia nothing.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo.
You saying I did?
bottom of the 6th inning. Big chance for Columbia to try to get through this middle to bottom half of the order. For Mount St. Dominic, give you one last chance in the top of the 7th to score. If they can keep it 1-0, they've got a decent chance. If they give up more runs, it's going to feel like it's over.
Kaylin Bartolozzi.
And Bartolozzi will lead off. You could call her the weakest hitter on the team. That wouldn't be factually correct because they really had no weak players. Takes that one outside for ball 1.
I memean, if you want anyone, you don't really want to pick anyone to face right now if you're CHS, but if it's anyone, I think it's Kaylin Bartolozzi.
In there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
I could not comprehend throwing. This is going to be 16 consecutive innings for Claire Shoup, and she's only surrendered 1 run. Just a fabulous effort. Well, no wonder her ERA is so low.
And the same could be said for Kelshaw on Mount St. Dominic, but even lower.
Yeah. Just keep pounding. I mean, softball pitchers are a different breed, man. It's
2 strikes. Shoup to Bartolozzi. Inside, and it's 2-2.
Like,
that one almost hit her.
With the exception of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, every single MLB pitcher throws 5 days and then they have to go into a comatose. Like, they are completely unavailable. They don't pitch. This girl's going 3 games in a row in 3 straight days.
And here's the 2-2. Inside, and now count is full, and you do not want to walk her to lead off the inning. You do have the bottom half of the order coming up afterwards, but you still want to make sure you can get the out here and have a clean inning to give your offense a chance in the top of the 7th. Here we go, the 3-2 pitch from Shoup to Bartolozzi. In there, strike 3. She got her looking, and that's a huge first out for Columbia.
Also, you have a person in Brooke Mundy who you've handled relatively decently.
Brooke Mundy.
The catcher at the plate. Like you said, mostly handled her so far.
I think both sides have handled both lineups extremely well. A game like this should be 1-0.
Pitch to Mundy. Hit into the left center gap and getting over it, making the catch. And there's quickly 2 away now. So a big first pitch out there for Columbia. And now just facing Avery Dambola with a chance to get out of this inning unscathed and get to the top of the 7th and try to score a run.
Avery Dambola.
They've been working Ali Tierno in left field. The only one that's had multiple balls to the outfield hit to her. Matter of fact, I think the only.
Dambola takes a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1.
I think of something like Eva Clevenger's grand slam against Caldwell and the 2 doubles we saw in the Nutley game, that's going to be rare. So to get 2 balls to the outfield, you got to be ready, especially with the nerves of a championship game in the bottom of the 6th.
Here's the 0-1. Inside, 1-1.
Just thrown way inside a couple of times, has Shoup. Do you think that has to do with tiredness or just trying a new approach?
Well, she's gotten a couple of those called as strikes, so I think she's just trying to get ahead in the count, make the hitters uncomfortable, and get out of here. The 1-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2, and she's 1 strike away from getting out of this 6th inning safely.
Here we go. This is exactly what Claire Shoup had envisioned.
Shoup takes a step back. Now back on the mound, ready for the 1-2. Shoup to Dambola. Here we go, pitch on the way. The 1-2. On the outside corner, strike 3. Got her looking, and a huge strikeout And Columbia will have one last chance when we come back in the top of the 7th.
Last chance for the Cougars. It's the Essex County Softball Championship. It'll start with Jamie Taro. Doesn't have a hit tonight. First pitch by Kelshaw is up for ball 1. And while this might not be the end of the season for either of these teams, this is the final chance for both these teams to state their case for why they should be highly seeded. 1-0 is in for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Both these teams will no doubt be in the state tournament, but you want to make your case for how highly seeded you should be. But I'm going to be honest, I think no matter who wins this game, I think Mount St. Dominic will get the favor.
1-1 is a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Keep in mind, in the first time they faced each other, the 6-4 loss that you mentioned earlier for Columbia, Mount St. Dominic was number 1 in the state. I think with a tournament when they probably get moved up in the next NJ.com ranking. 1-2 is outside, and it's 2-2.
The leadoff hitter's so huge here. If you can get on, you set up a potential big inning. If you can't, then you've got 1 out and only 2 more to work with.
2-2 to Taro. Popped up, and that'll go out of play into the crowd.
Ooh. And it went into somebody's drink over there. A huge splatter.
Went into the water. Gotta have better hands, man. Gotta bring your glove.
Yeah, gotta catch that one. It's still 2-2 now.
2-2 from Taro, or from Kelshaw to Taro. And the pitch, in there, strike 3 call. Frozer. A huge strikeout for Kelshaw. There's 1 away in the 7th, and now a huge spot for the young freshman who's already been a little bit rocked with 2 errors defensively. Olivia Alberg. What a moment for her. First pitch on the way, and low for ball 1.
If she can do something to make up, I mean, the error you mentioned earlier, the 2 really, were part of Mount St. Dominic taking the lead. So if she can make up for it,
that skips.
That would be huge. It's 2-0 now.
And now, how do you approach Alberg down 2-0? Do you just lob it in there and let potentially Alberg swing away? Or do you try and be a little bit more cautious in such a big moment? The 2-0 to Alberg. In there for a strike, and it's 2-1, and that was an auto take from Olivia Alberg.
I think it was a good take. You don't want to get out, be the second out of the inning. You still are ahead in the count. Now you can go back to hitting, trying to drive something.
The 2-1. Line shot over the glove of the second baseman into right field. Alberg will stop at first. So it's a 1-out single. The winning run is coming up for the Cougars. And it's going to be Emma Lerner pinch hitting for Casey McGuire. Potentially looking for more of a power stroke. Lerner DH'd in the Caldwell game. Off the bench. Opportunity of a lifetime to send these fans home happy.
If she can gap one, they potentially tie the game here. But definitely a stronger hitter here up to the plate, trying to tie up the game for Columbia and possibly take the lead.
In the words of CC Sabathia, mass equals gas. So here we go. First pitch. In for a strike. Good pitch from Kelshaw. Just trying to command the count. First pitch strikes typically lead to strikeouts. Got to think of the nerves of Emma Lerner, the senior, committed to South Carolina, not for softball.
You haven't played all day, and now you're tasked with this, and she's bunting.
She's gonna bunt, and it's popped back foul. Not a bad decision to try and move Olberg over to second, but now it's 0 soon. You've got to swing away here.
And you've got to put the ball in play, and you really don't want to give up an out here.
So now 0-2. Lerner looking for the big strike. The 0-2. In there, strike 3 called. What a pitch by Elshaw. Retires Lerner, and there's 2 away. And now a spot for another senior. Lexi Kaplan. Smith maybe calling her back. He's pointing at something.
It's going to be a pinch runner here.
They're going to pinch run Alexa Herman. 3rd time she's pinch ran in this game.
Lexi Kaplan.
No one better to do this than Lexi Kaplan. Reached base 3 times. Does not have a hit tonight. First pitch. Over the 3rd baseman into left field. Herman will stop at second. Kaplan's got back-to-back singles. And the Cougars now have the tying run 90 feet away. And the winning run about 180. At least in baseball dimensions. I don't know the dimensions of the softball field.
And now Ali Tierno, who was not hitting yesterday, in a huge spot. First and second, 2 outs, a single to the outfield, likely ties the game.
So Ali Tierno, who was the designated left fielder for Emma Lerner in the game versus Caldwell. Biggest spot in the game of the tournament. And she takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Trying that approach that just succeeded for Kaplan, getting the ball into left field.
Biggest spot of the tournament. Chance to prove yourself. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And Mount St. Dominic 1 strike away from their 2nd three-peat in 6 years. In 7 years. Biggest pitch of the game here. 0-2 from Kelshaw to Tierno. Swing and a miss, she got her! And for the 6th time in 7 years, the Mount St. Dominic Lions will ascend to the kings of the jungle and get past Columbia 1-0. Ava Kelshaw throws a complete game shutout. Mount St. Dominic does not allow a run in this entire tournament. What a win for the Lions, and what a game for everybody involved.
As you said, what a game. Both teams played exceptionally well in this game. Mount St. Dominic just a little bit better. They capitalized on a couple mistakes by Columbia, but all in all, it was an amazing game and an amazing season so far. The season is not over. Both these teams likely headed to states, and it'll be fun. They know it's not over, and Mount St. Dominic knows they still got work to do, and these teams will continue to fight this season.
Just an absolute clinic put on by Mount St. Dominic. Columbia gave them a fight and got the most out of Ava Kelshaw. She looked the most vulnerable I've ever seen her, but overall just falling short. What a game for Mount St. Dominic. The 1 run coming on a Bella Iannatelli RBI infield single. So that'll do it for us. States is coming up in about 8 days, 8 or 9 days or so, 8 or 9 days until States.
To recognize the runner-up for this county championship.
For D1 Media Pro, NFHS Network, Mustafa Hoover, Max Freightster, and all the wonderful people involved, I'm Jeremiah Skloot. We will see you later.
Once again, a big round of applause for Columbia and a great effort tonight and a fantastic run for the championship game. Good luck the rest of the season. Now at this time, we'd like to introduce the members of the 2026 winning Essex County Softball Championship team, the Mount St. Dominic Lions. Number 1, Jillian Cianfrocca. Number 2, Haley Root. Number 3, Bella Baez. Number 4, Casey Lopez. Number 5, Abby Cianfrocca. Number 6, Fran Cotillo. Number 7, Natalia Marecki. Number 8, Kayla Hauser. Number 9, winning pitcher, Ava Telshaw. Number 10, Brooke Mundy. Number 11, Avery Dambola. Number 12, Gabby Denninger. Number 13, Lola Gentoli. Number 14, Bella Inatelli. Number 15, Peyton Cohen. Number 17, Julie DiLorenzo. Number 25, Juliana Alicia. Number 27, Ariana Cruz. Number 29, Kaylin Bartolozzi. Number 33, Macy Dunn. And congratulations to head coach Rob Stern and assistant coach Angelo Delvecchio. Once again, the 2026 Essex County Softball Champions, the Mount St. Dominic Lions.
Good game. Great game.